All right, hello, welcome back to this video for the High Velocity Market Master. What I wanted to do here is this is the day after our Premier launch. Congratulations to all the people who started and joined and purchased the system. I wanted to record this video for the people who maybe haven't done that quite yet, but you're on the fence, you're thinking about it. I thought it might be nice to just sort of show you the day after, show you the exact markets we've been covering in the trading blog for the last couple weeks, and really not handpick anything, just sort of show you the consistency of the method across the markets that we've been showing you. And this, ideally will show you that you can come into really any trading session any day and really feel like you've got the edge and you've got the odds in your favor. And I'm going to sort of take you through. I'll start here with the Nasdaq E-mini futures. I'm going to cover that market, the S&P E-mini. I'll cover the pound US dollar on Forex, crude oil, and even the Russell E-mini. And if you go back to the blog, those are basically all the markets we've been covering on a regular basis. Of course, we can trade a number of other markets as well, but there's only so much we can cover in a video. So I wanted to show you, without like hand picking, what would have happened at the start of each session today, this being Tuesday, September 2nd, just the day after. If you watched our video on yesterday's presentation, it was a pretty amazing day yesterday. We had a lot of the markets were extremely smooth, and you're going to see today was different. Today was not very smooth. And let's start with the Nasdaq E-mini, where we had this initial long trade here at 1592.75 shortly after the opening bell. At 8:30. This is the exchange time, so that's actually 9:30 in the morning New York time. Now, I think you can see as we go back and forth here, this is not exactly going straight up to target, right? It's going kind of back and forth. Now, you notice this potential little short here. Now, we never go short on a trade when the short setup is above what we call our profit line, and that's obviously something that we'll teach you, and that's one of the filters we use. So it enabled us to kind of hang in there until you see this is a real short setup, but it didn't trigger. The price never got down to there. But this is a pretty, only about 10 minutes, but pretty ugly, right? It's not going anywhere. It's choppy. It's kind of slanting down. But we're hanging in there. We stay in the trade. I'm trying to get all the way up to this line up here. Okay, now I've already marked it that we're going to make 6.5, so you know what's to come here. But you can kind of see the market then started to take off in our advantage. Now you might see additional setups here. We don't take the additional setups. We're in the original setup long from here, and we manage it to completion. So kind of goes up, goes back down, goes back up, goes back down, and right there we finally hit our target. Now that doesn't take that long. That's probably about 15 minutes. It's definitely longer than average on a day trade like this, but pretty good outcome, really good outcome actually, considering lots of chopping up and down and indecision. So first trade, nice winning trade. We came back with a second trade here on a short at 1595.50. And as you can see here, we came right down and hit our target dead on and picked up another 3.25 points. Now, really nice because two things. It's 30 minutes in. We've got our two wins. That's our power of quitting, which we'll teach you in the training. And we've got over 9 points on the Nasdaq E-mini. And again, this is the market I've showed you on a regular basis. So let's jump to another one that we've been showing you, which is the S&P E-mini on the 377 tick. This is one of our trading coaches, Ron, produced a video on this market. So I'm going to kind of show you how the trading went today on this market. So we started, again, at 8:30 Central, that's Central Time, so 9:30 in the morning. We get the first trade to trigger long right here at 997.25. You'll kind of learn why we don't get long right on 997. So we go long there, and trade goes up and ends up actually exiting. We end up losing 3 points on the first trade. Okay, and obviously losing trades all part of the game. It's part of trading. We come right back with a short trade here, in this case at 993.75, going up and down a little bit, up and down a little bit. We eventually will get this break right here. This is our money management level, and you can see right here I hit my money management level. So I locked in 2 ticks. All right, I didn't get down to my full target. So at that point, I've got my first loss of 3 points, no big deal, and then I pick up half a point. I'm still down a little bit on the day, but I come back now with a long trade here at 995.50. Trade goes up and down, and eventually you'll see here it's going to swing back up to my full target. My full target was right here, and I hit it here. So took a little bit longer, but I'm positive on the day now. And again, if you remember from Ron's video a few days ago, he showed you the course of, I think, 6 straight days and very, very consistent trading. So here's a good example of 2 wins, 1 loss, positive trade, power of quitting, and I'm finished. If you remember, I taught you a little bit about crude oil. And I told you on Wednesday, on inventory report day, this is a great day to take advantage of the trading after that report comes out. At 10:30, 10:30 is when it comes out, which is all right in here. Now, that would be obviously very volatile trading. And even if you see trades that are successful in there, it's not the time that we expect that we are going to be able to execute with any kind of consistency. So even though you got a short here that potentially looks like it may have worked some, we're not taking that trade. But at 10:35, I can come in and start taking trades. So right here, I can come in and take this long trade here at 67. I would have had it at 52, and we'll teach you why. And we go long. And this trade is going to end up rallying to the target here, which is my target at $68. That's a really, really good trade. Okay, that trade ends up yielding, in this case, well over 30 cents per contract. We come back with what we call a reentry trade right here. And so on this reentry trade, we get a second target, and that one ends up being, I'll have to look at it real quick. It'll show up in my data window here. My reentry is 68.26, and we take it to the first target at 68.55, another 30 cents. So you're looking at basically $600, really over $600, that occurred in roughly 10 minutes to 12 minutes on crude after that inventory report. It's just incredible how reliable it is. It's not going to be perfect, but it's definitely something that we always like to see if we can trade. And we wait till the news is over. I don't worry about what the report does. I don't worry about the trading coming into the report. I'm not trying to predict fundamentally what's going to happen in this report. Don't worry about all that. Forget all that. That's not your job. We come in 5 minutes after the report and we scoop up the profits. And the real secret on crude oil today was I didn't even have to trade the 10:35 because early in the morning, the 9 o'clock start, exchange time, we started immediately with this short here, 67.55 down to 67.27. So we picked up, in that case, about 20, I think it was 27 or 28 cents. And we came right back with a long trade right here at 67.67 that hit target at 67.92. So that ends up giving us, I think, about another 25 cents. So it's about 52 cents. That's 30 minutes. I didn't even need the after the news, but I just wanted to kind of show you that even if we waited, didn't trade the morning before the big inventory report, didn't even matter. Either way, we came out ahead, hit our power of quitting. So that's one of the real powers of this. Let's look at the pound US dollar. Had a really good session in the European session hours. That tends to start about 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. New York time. Now that's great for some of you who are in Europe or Australia. It's not always great for US traders, but I wanted to show you the great long trade here that worked, a nice short trade that worked. Came back with another long trade that ended up going up to target, just kind of racking up the pips. Now, starting the U.S. session, we had a reentry trade here that was good for 23 pips. You're going to see another trade coming in here shortly. It takes a little while to actually get a trigger. We get a trigger here worth 22 pips. You know, you'll see setups here, but if the market's not coming through the setups, it's no trade. This is the first time it punched through the setup, 22 pips to the upside. We came at with a short trade here. We ended up losing on that one. So I showed you, 3-4 in a row. Then I obviously had a losing trade. You're going to have losers, but we came right back with a nice winning trade here to end the session trading Forex. So lots of active Forex trades. And the last one I wanted to show you is the Russell E-mini. Now this is an example of the realities of trading. I showed you 4 or 5 markets where we consistently had profits, but this market was a little tough today. It was incredible yesterday morning. I don't know if I can go back that far, but yesterday in the morning, we just had winner after winner. Okay, really good session. But this morning, it was kind of the opposite. It was very choppy, and we ended up having, a little short trade here that didn't work, a little long trade that we took a partial loss, and a short trade that didn't work. Now, we came back with some good trades. We had a long trade that hit, as you can see, the full target. We came back with another trade here that hit almost, we had a partial. We came so close to the full target. That would have been nice to get that. But we ended up then picking up another losing trade until we ended up picking up another winning trade there and a final winning trade. So it was a tough battle on the Russell E-mini. It wasn't as easy. That was only a little bit over an hour. But you're going to have sessions like that. We ended up, scratching our way back. It wasn't a perfect day by any means. But, here we are on the next day after the presentation, not hand-picking, going through the 5 major markets we've been showing you. And you can see the consistency, and you can see how we deal with the winners, the losers. Some markets were perfect. Some were definitely not perfect, but we stick with the system, and the odds continue to be in our favor. So pick up the system. Hope to see you on soon.